31. No. 31 to 35. Ma? 30. 35. Number of shirts sold by store N increased by what percent from March to July? N. 3, 4. Okay. Out of the total number of shirts sold by M and N together in August, only 18% are linen shirts. What is the total number of shirts? Linen shirts sold by store M and N together in August. You are asked about 18%, so should be a multiple of 18, should be a multiple of 9, and you have only one 9 multiple, 252. You are asked about 18%, right? Answer should be 18 multiple. If it is 18 multiple, it should be also 9 multiple, and you have only one 9 multiple, 252. I don't need to even touch the data. Yes? Any other question? That's it? 35. Number of shirts sold by store N increased by what percent from March to July? Store N star. March it is 280. July it is 360. 460. 280 increases to 460. Increases by 180 out of 280. So 180 out of 280 by 100. 180 by 280 into 100. Look at your options. Options are nearby 50, 60, 70. 50% of denominator? 50% of denominator? 140. Right, so 50% is 140 and your numerator is 180. You still need to add 40. What about 10%? 5%? 28 plus 14? 42. So you need to add only 40. So you need to add a percentage which is less than 15%. So answer should be less than 65%. How many are there? Only one. 64, 2 by 7. That's it. Any other question? Okay. 36 to 40, quadratic. 38. I'll just give you combination. First number 5 and 4 itself. Second number 3 and 2 itself, I think. Yes. 5x square minus 5x minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. Take 5x common, it is x minus 1, and take minus 4 common, x minus 1. So x value is 1 value, it is 1 and it is 4 by 5. 1 and then 4 by 5. Y value 3y square minus 3y minus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0. Take 3y common, it is y minus 1. Take minus 2 common, it is y minus 1. So y is 1 and 2 by 3. 1 and then 2 by 3. I. 2 by 3, 2 by 3. Equal, less than, greater than. Relation cannot be established. Once you have less than, greater than, relation cannot be established. That's it. Any other set? That's it? Come on, 41 to 45. 42. Hey, Papa, into 1 by 4, into 2 by 4, into 3 by 4, into 4 by 4, into 5 by 4. 96 into 1 by 4. 24 into 2 by 4, into 3 by 4, into 4 by 4, into 5 by 4. Next. That's it. Okay, 46. 46 to 50. ఏంటి అంత ఈజీగా ఉన్నాయా? 40, 48. సింప్లిఫికేషన్ అదే మరి అడుగుతున్నది. 46. What is the average of total number of employees working in other countries for all the given companies? For other countries. They said about employees. Okay. Come on. You have 200. Keep it aside. 60, 60. Or else 60, 30, 90. 60, 30, 90. 90, 90, 180. 180, 200, 380. And then 10. Total 390. Average rate divided by 4. 390. Wait. I'll treat it as 400 minus 10. Average rate divided by 4. 100 minus 2.5. 97.5. Third option. I don't want to target number of zeros or decimal value, but I just need only numbers. 975. I should see that. Next. ఎవరికైనా డౌట్ వచ్చింది ఏమన్నా? షూర్. నాకు కావాల్సింది ఓన్లీ 975 డెసిమల్స్ జీరోస్ నాకు అవసరం లేదు అని అన్నా. డౌట్ రాలేదా? ఇప్పుడు కూడా రాలేదా? ఇంతకు ముందు రాకపోయినా పర్లేదు, ఇప్పుడు కూడా రాలేదా? ఆప్షన్స్ 975, 9750, 97500, 97500 ఇలా ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి. You don't need to even check the data, you just need to know how many digits should be there in your answer. ఎన్ని డిజిట్స్ ఉంటాయో తెలిస్తే ఆన్సర్ అయిపోద్ది కదా. Yes or no? In that case I will concentrate only number of digits, not the original number. How many digits should be there? అది ఇట్ ఇస్ తట్టు పోతాం, అటు ఇస్తే ఇటు వస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ 47. What is the difference between the total number of female employees working in India for company B and the number of female employees working for the same company in other countries? Difference between the number of employees. Number of female employees working in India for company B. Right. This is about company B. You asked about difference. Here, out of 36, 20% are female. Right? Yes or no? Wait a minute. 320, 20%, 16, 284, 20%, 28.4, 56.8. Second option. అర్థమైందా? What percentage is this? 20. And here 160. Out of 160 you need to calculate 40%. Can I change this as, I don't want to calculate number, can I change it as 20% of 320? Yes? Here also I am getting 20%. Here also 20%. Difference will be 20%. 20% of what? 320 and 36. Difference of 320 and 36 is 284. Out of 284 you need to calculate 20%. 10% is 28.4. 10%. 20% is 2 times of this, 56.8. You should see 564. Third option answer. Or else you will have to calculate numbers. Out of 36, 20% is 7.2. One number is 7.2. And then you need to calculate 40% of 160. 10% is 16. Double 32. Again double 64. You need to take difference. Subtract 10, add 2.8. Subtract 10, 54, add 2.8, 56.8. One and the same. Next, 48. Number of employees working in India for company D in 2014 was 25% less than the number of employees working for company D in India in December 2013. So given data is about 2013, they were talking about 2014 data. What was the total number of female employees in company D in India if they were 20% of the total number of employees in the same company in India in December 2014. Right. It asked about only Indian data for company D. In 2013 it was 120. Let's say in 2013 I have 100%. One way is starting with 100%, or you can even start with 120 direct number. In 2014 that will be 25% less. That will be only 75%. Half plus half. Half plus half, 75%, right? 60 plus half of 60, 30. 60, 30, 90. Out of 90, female are 20% they said. 10% is 9, 20% is 18. Fifth option. Next. Female employees working for company C in India are approximately what percent less than the female employees working for the same company in other countries? Right. For company C. Here it is, for other countries 260. Out of 260 you need to calculate 25%. And in India 140, out of 140 also it is 25%. Here in other countries and India both are 25% only, so you need not to worry about 25%. Forget about it. Your actual number is 260 and that is 140. 140 is how much less than 260? 120. 140 is 120 less out of 260 into 100. 50% of denominator is 130. It is less than that. Answer should be less than 50%. Look at your answers. Look at your answers. How many are there? Except third option, all can be your answers. Now, if 50% is 130, how much you need to subtract from 130 to make it 120? 10. What about 10% of denominator? 26. 5%? 13. So you need not even subtract 5%. So answer should be more than 45%. Or else near about 45%. Yes or no? Look at your options now. How many options are nearby 45%? Only one. 46. See, your number will be something like this. 25% of 120 divided by 25% of 260. Numerator and denominator we have only 25%, 25%, so both gets cancelled. Need not to write and need not to cancel it, right? Yes or no? Don't convert it to number. Next. 50th. What is the respective ratio between total number of female employees of company D working in other countries? Wait. Respective ratio between number of female employees of company D working in other countries and number of female employees of the same company working in India. So, ratio is about female employees working in other countries versus working in India for company D. So, that will be 45% of 35, sorry, 45% of 30 female employees working in other countries. And female employees working in India, 30% of 120. 34 times, right? And 6 times, 9 times. Again cancellation with 3. 15 3 times, 15 2 times, answer 3 by 8, 3 is to 8. Right? (51) 920 divided by 18. Denominator is 18. 18. Wait. 18 10 times. 1800 times. 1800. Half of that? 900. So that is 1850 times. And still you have 20. In 20 I can see 118. So this part is 51 times. Correct? Right. Take this 51 to right hand side. That is 153. Yes. 2.98. You can make it 3. Take this to right hand side. That becomes divided by 3. 153 divided by 3. 51. Next, let me write that number as 450. 450 divided by 14 into 15 plus 196 is equal to how much? Right. Just a minute. 14 near about one time, right? 14 cancellation with 15 near about one time. That will be 450 plus something. I don't want to calculate that. Plus near about 200. Yes or no? 196, let me treat as 200. 450 plus 200. 650. Right? 650 or some other number should be square of what? What is 26 square? Near about that? Hold it. Can this be your answer? No, no, no. Only one, that's it. Divided by 12 into 20. Under root something you have. 1874 divided by 12 into 20 minus under root 628. We can write it as 25. Yes? Now, 12. 100 times? 1200. 1250 times? 600. 1200 plus 600, 1800. So that will be near about 150 times. Plus 74 you have. That is 6 times. So total it is 156. 156 10 times. You need to multiply this number with 20, right? So let me multiply with first 10 and then with 2. 1560 10 times. Double will be 3120 minus 25. 3095. Where is this? Okay, 53. Right. Next. 14 square plus 8 square. Change 14 square 196 and then 64. Total 260 is equal to 65 into how much square? This is 65 2 times 130, 132 times 260. So 65 4 times should be equal to 260. X square is equal to 4, x is equal to 2. Next, let's write this number as 480. 15% of 480 divided by 8 I have. 480 divided by 8, 60. 15% of 60? 15% of 60, 9. 9 into how much is 81? 9. Right? Hmm. $56. So to answer this one way, a wholesaler mixes 2 varieties of cereals, one costing 34 rupees per kg, another costing 40 rupees per kg. The quantities, they were mixed in the respective ratio 5:7. If he sold the new mixed variety at 50 rupees per kg, how much did the wholesaler gain in the whole deal? One way is to calculate total cost price and then total selling price. As the ratio is given as 5:7, treat it as 5 kgs of first item, 7 kgs of second variety. Total how many kgs? 12 kgs. 12 kgs and per kg he sold it at the rate of 50 rupees. So 12 kgs selling price becomes 600. Yes? Yes or no? And first variety cost 34 rupees per kg. How many kgs we have? 5 kgs. 34 into 5. 34 10 times and make it half. That becomes 5 times. 10 times and half. 5 times. 34 10 times. 340 half. 170. Good to pick. Next. Second variety 40 rupees per kg. And how many kgs we have? 7 kgs. 47 times. 280. And then 170. 280 170. 450. Total cost price is 450. Total how many kgs we have now? 12 kgs. And per kg cost 50 rupees selling price. Total selling price 600. We have purchased it for 450 but sold it for 600. Gain 150 rupees out of 450. 1/3, right? 1/3. 33 1/3%. Okay? One way. ఎందుకంటే మంచిది ఉంది. నాకు తెలిసి అందరూ ఇదే వాడు ఉంటారు. So first variety cost 34 rupees. Second variety 40. What is difference? What is difference? 6 rupees. And what is the ratio? 5:7. Total how many parts we have? 12 parts we have. 12 parts is equal to 6 rupees. 12 parts is equal to 6 rupees. One part is half rupee. So I'll go for allegation. 34, 40, ratio should be 5:7. As you know, the total number of parts is 12 parts and difference is 6 rupees. Each part gives you half. 5 parts in the sense 2.5. So difference between these two numbers should be equal to 2.5. So you must have 37.5 here. Go for allegation, you'll get 5:7. Are you getting my point? So the selling price should be equal to 37.5 in order to have no profit, no loss. But instead of 37.5, he is selling it for 50 rupees. How much gain? How much he gained here? 12.5 out of 37.5, which is 1/3. 33 1/3%. అర్థం కాలా? Understood so far? First variety 34 rupees per kg, second variety 40 rupees per kg. They are going to mix it in the ratio 5:7. How many parts we have? 12 parts. What is difference? See this number. See, when you want to use allegation, we have so many conditions. When you mix these two quantities, you should get this. Right? And this number must be more than one of the number and less than one of the number. Yes or no? So, difference between these two numbers is 6 and total number of parts are 12 parts. So if 12 parts is equal to 6 rupees, 5 parts will be equal to what? 2.5. 7 parts should be 3.5. You should have, after taking difference of these two numbers, you should have that 3.5 here, and after taking difference of these two numbers, you should have 2.5 here. So this must be 37.5. So in order to have no profit, no loss case, you should sell the each kg at 37.5. But instead of 37.5, he increased its price by 12.5 rupees and selling it for 50 rupees now. 12.5 out of 37.5 is 1/3. 1/3 in the sense 33 1/3%. Right? Next. 57. A rectangular plot 43 meters long and 37 meters broad has two concrete roads in the middle of it, one parallel to length and other parallel to the breadth. The rest of the plot is used as land. What is the width if the width of the crossroads is 4 meters, what is the area of the lawn? You are asked about lawn area, right? This is our actual rectangle. We have roads here. Length and breadth are given as 43 and then 37, and road width is given as 4 meters. So this is 4 meters and this is also 4 meters. You are asked about lawn area. Can I take like this? Can I take like this? Can I take like this? 3 సార్లు అడిగా. One more time. Can I take like this? కళ్ళు పెట్టి చుట్టం కాదు, మనసు పెట్టి చూడండి. What is other condition? What is other condition? వరి మీ దుంప దగ్గర మిడిల్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ కాదు, దాని పక్కన ఇంకో కండిషన్ ఉంది, అది చూడండి. 1 parallel to length ఉందా? మీ పాడే మీరు ఎక్కడ కనపడలా? ఇంట్లో ఏమన్నా మర్చిపోయి ఇచ్చిన అక్క? 1 parallel to length ఉందా లేదా? దిస్ వన్, ఎస్. అనదర్ parallel to breadth ఉందా లేదా? సరిపోయింది కదా. సరే నీ ఇష్టం అక్క, ఇంత చెప్పినా కానీ నీకు అర్థం కాలేదంటే ఇంకేం చేయాలి? ఇదా మీరు అనేది? ఇస్ దిస్ ఓకే నౌ? 1 parallel to length, 1 parallel to breadth. ఓకే, దీన్ని పైకి మూవ్ చేయండి. ఇది పైకి మూవ్ చేయండి, వచ్చిందా? ఇది లెఫ్ట్కి మూవ్ చేయండి, వచ్చిందా? ఏమన్నా తేడా ఉందా? లేదు కదా. కెన్ ఐ టేక్ లైక్ దిస్? Yes. See, in last class also for these type of questions I have told you already. Your answer is length minus road width into breadth minus road width. That's it. Say this is 43 and here it is 4. Remaining area is 39. And this is 37 and this is 4. Remaining should be 33. Answer should be 39 into 33. Last digit 9 3 is 27. Should end with 7. We have only one option. Just go for last digit verification. 9 3 is 27, right? Should end with 7. You have only one answer. Or else your answer should be 11 multiple. Yes or no? At the same time answer should be 9 multiple also. This is 3 multiple. This is also. Otherwise just go for last digit verification. That's it. Her mother's percentage. Simi's sister is 8 years older to Simi. So age difference between Simi and her sister is 8 years. Respective ratio between the percentages of Simi's sister and her mother is 16:27. What is Simi's percentage? Right. According to this, Simi's age is 4/9 of mother's age. Mother's age in ratio is 29 parts. Yes? Simi's age should be equal to 4/9 of this. 1/9 of this is 3 parts. 4/9 should be 12 parts. So, ratio between Simi's age, sister's age, mother's age should be something like this. 12 parts, 16 parts, 27 parts. You are asked about Simi's percentage. Should be answered 12 multiple. How many 12 multiples you have? Right? 2 ఉన్నాయి కదా. 24 and then 12. Both are 12 multiples. Difference here is Simi's age and her sister's age difference is 4 parts. And in terms of number it is given as 8. So 4 parts is equal to 8, which is 2 times. 12 parts should be 2 times. 24. Right? Next. (59) ABC start a small business. A contributes 3/8 of the total capital invested in the business. B contributes as much as A and C together. In the sense, B is going to contribute 50% of the total investment. Yes? So, as your denominator is given as 8 parts, B is going to contribute 4 parts, half of that. A contributes 3 parts, remaining is 1 part. So shares of A, B, C's investment will be something like 3:4:1, and this should be equal to their profit sharing ratio. Correct? Right. So it asks about how much is C getting. C is getting 1 part out of 8 parts, and the total profit is 5920. What is 1000 times of denominator? 8000. You have less than that, right? So answer should be less than 1000. You have only one option. Yes. Next. 740 is your answer. You need not to check that. 1000 times of denominator is 8000, but our number is less than 8000, so A should get less than 1000. You have only one answer. Next. In a 150 liters mixture of milk and water, the percentage of water is only 32%. So water occupies 32% of 150. Can I treat it as 150% of 32? Yes. What is 150% of 32? Adding half of 32 itself. Half of 32 is 16. 32, 16, 48. So out of 150 liters, water occupies 48 liters. Don't want to calculate milk, keep it aside. Next, milkman gave 25 liters of this mixture to a customer. He has subtracted 25 liters from 150 liters. 25 out of 150 is 1/6 quantity, right? Yes or no? So when you are taking 1/6 of this quantity, you should take 1/6 of water and 1/6 of milk. Okay? What is 1/6 of 48? 8 liters. So 8 liters of water is taken out and added X liters of pure milk. So in final container, water occupies how many liters? 40 liters. And then as a result, the percentage of water in the final mixer became 25%. So water in terms of liters is 40 liters, and in terms of percentage 25%. If 25% is equal to 40, 100% should be 160. So initial quantity is 150. Out of 150, 25 liters is subtracted and X liters were added, then it becomes 160. 150 becomes 160, increased by 10. Whatever the quantity that you have subtracted, you need to add 25 liters and an extra 10 liters, total 35. X value is 35. Understand? అర్థం కాలే మా ఇప్పుడు 150 లీటర్స్లో 25 లీటర్స్ తీసేసామనుకోండి, as 25 liters in terms of fractional part is 1/6, you should take 1/6 of water and 1/6 of milk. Then that will be 1/6 of the total quantity. See, it's something like in prelims exam you are getting 80%, and mains exam you are getting 80%, and final entry you also got 80%. What is your total percentage? 80%. So when you want to take 1/6 of this, you should take 1/6 of water and 1/6 of milk. Or else, in terms of percentage, milk to water percentage is 68:32. They said water occupies 32%. So obviously milk will be 68%. Total is 100%. And now you are taking 25 liters. This 25 liters also should be in the same ratio, 68 and then 32. So it is 17:8. Total it is 25 liters, 25 parts. So you should take 17 liters from milk and 8 liters from water. Now at present we have water 40 liters and milk, need not to write that number, or else if you want to write, you can write. Out of 150 liters, if you subtract 25 liters, you now have 125 liters, and then they have added some extra milk to that. They said X liters of milk is added. And in final container, they said water occupies 25. In final container, they said water occupies 25%, which is equal to 40 liters. Total quantity in the sense 100%. If 25% is 40 liters, 100% should be equal to 160 T. How much you need to add to 125 to make it 160? 35 liters. That's it. అయితే ఇట్లా సపరేట్గా 8 లీటర్స్ 17 లీటర్స్ ఇలా సపరేట్గా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. నీడ్ నాట్ టు సపరేట్లీ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇట్. When 25 forms 1/6 fractional part here, 1/6 fractional part of 150 is 25. So whatever the water we have, you need to subtract 1/6. And out of milk quantity also you should subtract 1/6. As your question is about, you have complete information about water, so I am just concentrating on water. 1/6 of 48 liters is 8 liters. Subtract 8 liters, now you have 40 liters, which is equal to 25%. If 25% is 40, 100% is 160. To 125 liters, I need to add 35 liters, then it becomes 160 liters. Clear? Right. (51 kilometer per hour). Another train started from 3:30 station B at 3:30 p.m. and travels towards station A at 68 kilometer per hour. How far from station A will they two trains meet? How far from station A? Right. So for this type of question, for these type of questions, you need to make one condition true always. You should take position of two trains at same time. The first train started at 1 o'clock and the second train started at 3:30. Now you need to take position of two trains at 3:30. Now this is A and this is B, let's say. The train which started from station A started at 1 p.m. and now the time is 3:30. In the sense, it was a continuous journey for 2.5 hours. And the speed of the train is given as 51 kilometer per hour. So in 1 hour it can cover 51 kilometers, in 2 hours 1 or 2, and in half an hour 25 and a half. Total 127 and a half kilometers is already covered. Now the train which started from station A is at this position. Distance between station A and B is given as 782. So remaining distance should be equal to 654.5 kilometers. Yes? Now the train which started from station A is at this position, and from station B, now another train is going to start. Now the time is 3:30. So after some time, they will meet each other at, let's say, at this particular point. As the speeds of station, the train started from station A and the train started from station B is given as 51 kilometer per hour and 68 kilometer per hour. The distance they respectively cover should be also in the same ratio, 51:68, because speed ratio should be equal to distance ratio. Yes or no? The time is same. If you travel with more speed, you can cover more distance. If your speed is less, you can cover less distance. Is it clear? Right. Now, A speed ratio is 51 is to 68, which is 3 is to 4. 3 is to 4. Now your question says, you need to calculate how far from station A will they meet. From station A, the respective speed of this train is 3 parts and this train is 4 parts. Total distance covered in both the cases should be equal to 7 parts, is equal to this much. 3 parts is equal to how much? Or else I can write this 3 parts out of 7 parts into 654.5. 7, 9 times 63, 24, 3 times 0.5. 90 3 times 270, 3 and a half 3 times 10 and a half, 280 and a half. So out of 654.5 kilometers, the train which started from station A can cover again 280.5 kilometers more distance. From station A, you asked about distance from station A to meeting point. So that should be equal to 127 and a half plus 280 and a half. 280, 120, 400. 7 and a half plus half, 8. Total 408 kilometers. First option. Next, a project manager hired 24 men to complete a project in 45 days. However, after 33 days, he realized that only 3/5 of the work is completed. How many more men does he need to hire to complete the project on time? Right. So, after 33 days, what fractional part of the total work is completed? 3/5. So, that says to complete 3/5 of the work, they need 33 days. What about remaining work? 2/5. To complete 3/5 they need 33 days. To complete 2/5 they need 12 days. So working with 24 men, they can complete the remaining work in 22 days. This is what the remaining work. But what is total number of days available for us? 45. Out of 45 days, 33 days are already over. Remaining number of days? 12. So you have to complete the same work in 12 days. 12 men can complete the same work. Sorry, in order to complete it in 12 days, how many men are required? 12 2 times, 222 times 44. Now you should have 44 men. They have started with 24 men. How many more men you need to add to make it 44 men? 20. See, they have completed 3/5 of the work and they need 33 days. Remaining work is 2/5. So to complete 2/5 of the work, they need 22 days. How many men started? 24. 24 men can complete the remaining work in 22 days. But you don't have 22 days. You have only 12 days. You have to complete it in 12 days. How many men should be there? You should have 44 men. You have started with 24 men, but you need to have 44. So you need to add 20 men. See, M1D1, M2D2, that's what I am doing. Vicky gave half of his monthly salary to his mother. Half in the sense, in terms of percentage, what percent it is? In terms of percentage, it is 50%. Vicky's mother, from the money she received, gave 1/5 to the maid. 1/5 of what percent? 50% is 10%, right? 10% is gone. What about remaining percentage? 40%. From the remaining amount, which is 40%, she gave 3/8 to the grocer. What is 1/8 of 40%? 5. 3/8 is 15%. So, mother gave 15% to grocer. 15% out of 40%. Remaining will be 25%. Vicky's mother is now left with 10,000. In terms of percentage, she left with 25% is equal to 10,000. Now, what is Vicky's monthly salary? 100% is how much? 25% is 10,000. 100% is how much? 40,000. 64. Clear? 63. A bag contains 3 red ball, 3 green ball, 4 blue ball. Total 10 balls. If 3 balls are picked at random, in how many ways can you do that? Total number of outcomes, 10 C3. What is the probability that one of them is red and 2 of them are blue in color? You need to get 1 red out of 3. You can do that in 3C1 ways. And you need to have 2 blue balls. 2 blue out of 4 blue. So that will be 4C2 ways. Hope you can do it. 4 into 3 by 2. 10, 9, 8 by 3, 2. 2 to cancel. 3 how many times? 3 times. 3, 3 cancel. 4. How many times? 2 times. 3 by 20. A borrowed a certain amount of, is that clear? A borrowed certain amount from B at a ratio, at the rate of 7.5% simple interest per annum. A then invested the same amount in a scheme which offered 12% simple interest per annum. So he lent money for 7.5%, but he is giving it to other person at 12%. In that transaction he can gain 4.5%, right? He is getting it for 7.5%, but he is giving it to other person at 12%. So he can have 4.5% margin, 4.5% profit per annum. Next, at the end of 2 years, A made a profit of 585 rupees. See, after 1 year he can gain 4.5%. After 2 years he can gain 9%. So in terms of percentage, 9%, and which is given as 585. Here asked about total money he borrowed from B, which is 100%. If 9% is 585, 90% is 5850, right? Yes or no? You need to add 10% here. Yes? How will you get 10% out with 90? 1/9, right? Yes or no? What is 1/10? You don't calculate 1/9. Calculate 1/10. 585. Near about 600, right? Add 600 to this number. 6,400 something. Look at your options. Look at your options. First option 6,500. Otherwise, try to divide this number with 9 and then add that number. Or else you can go for horizontal comparison, but I don't want to do it. 9% is 585, 100% is how much? You can go for horizontal comparison. There is one way. Clear?